I'm from Montgomery, Alabama, born and raised in Montgomery, went to high school. Families traditionally has been Montgomery natives, and I graduated from Lanier High School in 1965. I looked at several colleges. I made the decision from the heart, and it was the best experience of my life. I've been married for 42 years to the same lady, and fortunately she puts up with me.
So my name's Mike Brunner. I was born in Elgin, Illinois, which is a small town outside of Chicago, and grew up in West Dundee on a farm. So I started working when I was, 12 years old probably. We manufacture points and chisels for jackhammers, carbide drill bits for drilling in mines and quarries, and large demolition tools that go on the back of excavators. So basically it's all construction and mining consumable tools. But I started doing that when I was 12, and then just carried on through high school and then college. And then after I left here, started work and just haven't stopped.
My name's John Higman. I'm an actor, born and raised in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I left a pretty significant job at age 41 to decide I wanted to be an actor.
I'm John Russell Thomas. I was born and grew up in Alexander City, Alabama. I went to work at Russell Corp on my 16th birthday. Then I went to Georgia Tech to study textile engineering. I thought I was going to be in textiles most of my life, but luckily I came to the University of Alabama and studied business for 2 years, and that turned out to be the best education and the most useful that I have.
The Alabama Power Foundation was created more than 30 years ago, and we have become an anchor institution in philanthropy in our state. It was created in 1989 with shareholder dollars, so that is not ratepayer money, and we have grown to become the largest corporate foundation in the state.
Hi, my name is Dennis Adams, and I'm from a little town called East Bruton, Alabama. Started my business there in 1984. Been in the manufactured housing business and various other things for now seems like a long time, but I have a timberline construction group, and it's in Birmingham, Alabama, and we do jobs coast to coast, and we very fortunate, been very blessed, work with a lot of really good people, and enjoy every day what we get up and go to work to do to strive to be successful.
My name is Mary Catherine. I grew up in Eufaula, Alabama. I actually grew up an Auburn fan, believe it or not, and attended Auburn University, and was in the banking business for a little while, and married Dennis in 2011, and we have 2 little boys, Brantley and Collins.
I was born in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and I got a sister, Sheila Poe, and a deceased brother, Terry Bunn. I'm married to Kay Bunn. I have 3 children. And then I went on to the University of Alabama, graduated in civil engineering from the University of Alabama. Terry went to University of West Alabama and graduated there with a business degree. And we both of us went to work for our father, and worked with him till his health started failing. And we bought ST Bunn Construction Company in 1981, and together we formed a pretty good team. We was able to expand it from just working right around Tuscaloosa to throughout West Alabama.
I'm Jerry Carr, born in Enterprise, Alabama. Went to Enterprise Junior College for the first 2 years of my college career. Met my future wife, Becky, and we got married in 1968. And in '69, we came to Alabama. After college, I got a degree in a BS in industrial management. Took 2 kids, went to South Carolina, took a company out of bankruptcy. It was a fabrics company, and over the years I changed it to an apparel company, and we wound up making a lot of product in the last few years for the shoe brands, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas. Then I developed my own brand about 20 years ago.
So Mark and I are Alabama natives. We both met on campus. His background is business, whereas mine is early childhood education. The capstone gave us a life that we treasure, and our focus is family. It's our careers. We try to sneak in a lot of adventure, and of course, Crimson Tide sports are always on our calendar.
Well, I'm Mark Hickman, and I am originally from Alabama, actually from Gordo, Alabama, which is just 20 miles west of Tuscaloosa. Our business is in the poultry, food processing industry, and my grandfather founded the company in the Great Depression. He actually ordered a Sears and Roebuck incubator, started raising chickens and selling door-to-door to farm families during the hard economic times of the Great Depression.
I was born and raised in Tuscaloosa and graduated from the University of Alabama in 1959. My late husband Bob also graduated from the university. We live in Tuscaloosa, where Bob founded a real estate business, and we raised our two sons, Robert and David. Bob passed away in 1991. I managed the businesses from 1992 until 97 and still serve as a consultant and advisor. It is still a family company.
And I was born in Millport, Alabama, which is about 50 miles from here, 45, 50 miles, 1950. I have one brother and one sister. I'm a middle child. My mother was a school teacher. My daddy was a brownish store. And one of the best deals of my life, I met Lita and convinced her to go out with me in 1980. We dated 3 years and got married in 1983. One of the best decisions I ever made. The family business has been dominant in our family for generations back and hopefully generations forward. And so today we own 84 convenience stores. My son runs it. It's a joy to be in business with my son. It's a joy. We have a lot of fun.
Well, we're both from the Ohio Valley in West Virginia. We've been married 30 years. We have 4 wonderful children, one of which goes to the University of Alabama, which drew us here and introduced us to the great institution. And I am a mathematician by background, and I worked in the pharmaceutical industry for more than 25 years, and that's been the root of our professional success.
I have a pretty funny story about Coach Saban. A few years back, we got invited to, my wife at the time got invited to the party at his house after A-Day, and I was like super excited. I never met the man before. This was probably 10 years ago. And just when things had started happening with the show and with the Crimson Tide Foundation, I had it in my head that he knew who I was. For some, I don't know why I thought that. And we get to the house, and Miss Terry's greeting everybody, and Coach comes right up to me. "Hey, John, how you doing? I'm glad you're here." Shakes my hand. I was like, he, walks off, and told my wife, I said, "Nick Saban knows who I am." She goes, "You big dummy, you got a name tag on."
For me, it's on game day. We have a place near the stadium, so every game day, home game day, I would start my morning early and jog down Hackberry to the river. And on the way there, I would see the swimming team practice. I would see the band getting ready, having breakfast before the game. And when I would get down to the river, I would see the girl rowers out on the water every morning. So that was a great way to start the game day.
I was playing golf at Pebble Beach, and I was standing on the 15th tee waiting to hit my drive, and there's a street that runs real close to that tee box. And my group was off in Tuscaloosa, standing there, and a car pulls up right against the curb, rolls down his window, and gives us a big, long roll tide. We all roll tide him back, and it's just amazing the reach of the University of Alabama, the brand that it is. people know what that A is anywhere you go.
You know, Mark and I are so lucky because in the fall, we get to bring friends and customers from all over to come for long football weekends and our tailgates. You know, it never gets old to watch somebody for the first time walk into Bryant Stadium. Just to see the shock and awe on their face, it's really fun.
Yeah, Ann is really so right, because we also have our Corporate Innovation Center located on University just down the street, and we use this facility for most of our customer and tailgate events, as well as for things like the homecoming parades and other things of that nature. And we have invited guests from the West Coast, as far north as Washington State and California, and then all the way over to the East Coast, New York to Miami. And so the exciting thing for us, as Ann has said, is that we love to see the reactions on their faces, and also the fact that they become instant Alabama fans, and many of them return multiple times.
My father carried me to the first football game, and right after World War II, and I got to watch Harry Gilman, number 52, play. And he was unique in that he would jump up to throw the ball. I remember that distinctly. We also, my father carried me to the first time Alabama and Auburn started playing again in 1948.
Our second oldest son, not Spencer, Spencer's the third, his first trip down here, he said, okay, I'm here, I'm ready to roll some tide. And I go, I don't think that's what the expression roll tide means. He goes, no, I'm sure it is. I'm ready to roll some tide, as if it's an action you take and you're going to celebrate and do all that. So the next morning we woke up and he goes, you know, I came down here to roll some tide, and I think the tide rolled me.
The good thing about Alabama is you develop so many personal and friendships, personal relationships and friendships that carry you over into your business world, into your social world. I've been gone 50 years, and at the same time, there's not a single day that goes by that I don't have some direct or indirect contact that something happened on this campus.
I mean, you could shake hands with somebody and say, hey, I'm from Alabama. Man, they say, yeah, y'all play football down there. I mean, it's everywhere.
It is a wonderful place, whether you attended this university or not. It is a wonderful place to be involved with. It's a fantastic group of people. You know, I mean, it's got a family atmosphere, from everyone in the athletic department to the students to the catering staff on Saturdays. Everybody's just got bright, big smiles and big, warm hugs. And I've thoroughly cherished the friendships that I've made here, and look forward to lots more.
It has been a joy to be able to share these experiences with my family, especially my grandchildren. Alabama football is something we all love. It brings us together.
Well, my favorite part is to actually show off the end product here. This is a beautiful campus and all of our facilities are just outstanding. And I've been to most of the other Southeastern Conference schools, and I don't think anybody has what we have. And I have people call on me in my business, equipment representatives and salesmen and friends, whatever, and they always want to come down and see the university. They want to see the football stadium, and I'm so proud to show it to them.
Well, I mean, I think it's all pretty amazing. The stadium, the football stadium, and everything they've done, I mean, with all the facilities on campus are just insane. I have friends that come here from England that go to professional soccer matches over there where the guys are getting millions and millions of pounds to play, and the facilities here are nicer than those stadiums.
For golf in particular, I think this facility, one, is going to reduce travel time for the student athletes. So either it's more time with mastering their golf skills, technique, and strategy, or it's more time studying that they have available to study. I also believe this is really going to help with recruiting, and I'm not sure it's common. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's not common to be able to have a facility of this quality right next to the campus, as opposed to some of these schools where the student athletes are driving 45 minutes or an hour to be able to get to their practice facility. So we're really optimistic about this and I'm fully supportive.
And I always tell the people in my company, if you wait till you need something, it's too late. Okay? And so in Alabama, they don't wait. They're preparing for the future all the time. Get involved. It's there. There's so much to do. There's so much always to make it better. Don't ever be satisfied. You're the best today. You won't be tomorrow unless you're going forward.
You know, I feel like the key to success is a lot of the things that I've witnessed and seen here at the University of Alabama. Everybody, top to bottom, is very dedicated and loyal and works extremely hard. I don't think it's just a football program. I think it's all the athletes work extremely hard. And I feel like that's been part of my success, is dedicated, hardworking, get up every day and get after it, and be the best we can be at what we do every day. And I'm real impressed with that here.
And we have found on a national scale, when we bring our philanthropic partners to Alabama, they can see what a great place it is to live and work and do business. And Alabama Athletics also represents the state brand on a national stage. And Alabama Athletics has done such a great job of promoting the positive image of our state that if we continue to do that and work together, hopefully we can continue to drive this economic engine of elevating our state and serving all of our communities.
Well, the athletes have been taught a lot of lessons that you can use in life and use in business. And teamwork is probably the better one, and the other one is to work with people and surround yourself with people that are better than you are.
I think being part of athletics these days, and even when I was a kid, it's team building, it's working as a team to accomplish things. Again, it's the same thing that you do at work and I do at work, working together for a certain cause. And, you know, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, you know, golf, whatever it may be, everybody's got to work together to be successful.
You know, in my opinion, there is really no better place to bring your family together. You know, we have a large family that comes to these events, and we bring the youngest to the oldest in our family, and we all gather together. You know, it's the very perfect place to make memories. It's the best place to create traditions, and then on top of that, we get to help our university to flourish. It's just a great opportunity that we have living in Tuscaloosa and being Alabama fans. So with that, I'll say roll tide.
What most people see is what's on the surface. The new athletic facility, the new basketball arena, the softball, the expansion campus. What they don't see is what's happening behind the scenes, is the planning and the vision that the athletic department had. The Board of Trustees has had a tremendous long-term vision that behind the scenes has really made this happen.
My family has always contributed to the University of Alabama, and in particular athletics. I was brought up to do that, and I'm a believer in contributing to athletics. It's a way to do so much good for so many young people to make their lives better for the rest of their lives after they get out of the university.
If someone is considering supporting Alabama athletics, you can be assured that every dollar you give is going to have the highest quality impact. There's a crystal clear view of what's trying to be accomplished. There's transparent communications about what's needed. So when you give, you know exactly how the money's going to be used. And from personal experience, you can see that your giving isn't squandered. Quite the contrary, the giving is like, you know, a laser focus on the end goal, and it's very well spent, and you can see the quality of the outcome at the end.
You know, support comes at different levels. I don't care if you're buying a ticket and filling up the student section, or if you're buying season tickets, or you buying a box, or you coming up here on game day and spending time in Tuscaloosa and supporting the community here. So I think that any level of support, whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever your financial resources will allow, I think is where you ought to be.
So we feel like that we need to make sure, do our part to try to keep that winning program going. And regardless of who's leading it and who's the president, who's the coach, we need to keep it going.
So we came to a core belief that philanthropy and the economy are not mutually exclusive, that you can pursue both at the same time. And we believe Alabama Athletics also has a dual mission of pursuing excellence on the field, but also being that economic change engine to innovate our state and also elevate the communities that we serve.
Well, as far as giving goes, as far as scholarships or giving to infrastructure, we both believe that's super important. You know, if you're blessed to be able to give, we truly feel like you should give. There's always a need. There's always a way to help out with giving in whatever capacity in life that may be. But we think that's very important. And there's so many young men and women out there who are hardworking, who are talented, who might just need, that extra little help to get on the platform that they need to be the best student athlete they can be. And so I think if we can all, do our best to partner together to make that possible, that's only better in the big picture for everybody.
To me, it's about helping the university maintain what they have as a standard and what we need in order to keep athletes here and bring new athletes in. It's also good to help and give back to kids that don't necessarily have the funds to go to college or are not able to do it, and this gives them, an avenue to get a degree, helps them improve their lives in the future. Not everybody's going to be a pro star in whatever sport they're in, so they need to get an education, and I think that's very important. Whether it's, an education here or even later down the road, the education of life of, learning things the hard way. But this is a hell of a good place to start, that's for sure.